Hello everyone and welcome to my final episode of the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Will
mean?
he ever shut up?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Yeah,
memo.
I'm going to hit buttons. No, what I'm going to do what I did last time, but the alternative, which is pressing on instead of off. And then
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It was 2845, the code, as I recall.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, I did. 2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yep.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Okay, now that he's shut up for a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the proper ending sequence again, but I'm going to go for the other option, which is turning the machine on, and then I'm also going to do
Feeling
the other...
and rejuvenated,
God, will he
Stanley
shut up?
calmly walked forward
And
into
then
the
I'm going to do
opened
the break the
passageway.
game ending. Right, I finally got an intro. Anyway, so this is the final episode of my Stanley Parable game playthrough. I don't know whether there's more final things. If you want, comment in the section and tell me about them. If there are, I will do them. Because, why the hell not? Load. Load. Right, load. Please load. Please. There you go.
Descending deeper into the building,
I also
Stanley
realised that
realized he
my
felt a bit
mouse
peculiar. It
is
was a
seen on
stirring
the
of emotion
actual
in his
game
chest, as though he felt more free to
system.
think for
I
himself,
apologise
to
for that,
question
but
the
I
nature
really
of his
can't
job. Why did he feel
really
this
can't do
now,
anything much
when
about
for
that, so you
years
just have
it
to
had
enjoy the
never
game
occurred to
playthrough.
him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, whatever.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna hit the big button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. Do I? Ah!
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
That's
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
I
co-workers.
am-
The lives of so many individuals reduced
Meh.
to images on a screen.
Meh.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah. Meant nothing. Anyway. They should change
This
over.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under
There I am.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it.
No.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold
Oh my God,
reality
there's a
of
big
his
red
past began to sink in,
There's a big
Stanley
red button.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Lies.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
No, I won't. I'm gonna turn it on and like take over the world. Which button's on? There you go, big on button.
Oh, Stanley, You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Press the button.
More time to talk about
Wait a minute,
you,
big red button.
about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where
you
to
son of a-
start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
The exit.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm
crap.
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Okay,
30
definitely
seconds
screwed
until
now.
a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being...
Well then, countdown
Will
to
you
the
cling
end.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
And that's what happens if you try and take control of the machine, so you actually have no choice. To be honest, running around and pressing all the buttons, I have actually researched this, none of them do anything. Literally, none. There is no way out. The only way you can do that is if you turn it off. So yeah, interesting way to do it. Now I'm going to do the other ending, the final ending that I know of. Which I thought...
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
That's new. I don't like that. There's something here. Oh no, it's just a heaven ending. I've already done the heaven ending. Right, now I need to go to
When
the
Stanley
right.
came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
Ah, yes, truly
There's
a
actually
room
nothing
worth
in-
admiring. But eager to get back to
There's nothing in
business,
that room at
Stanley
all.
took the
Nothing.
first open door on his
I
left.
know that much. I'm gonna go there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
There's a hidden choice in one
Look,
of the
Stanley,
other
I
endings.
think perhaps we've gotten off
that
on
I'm
the
gonna
wrong foot here.
use.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for...
I am rushing through this a bit, but
This
I
is
really
it,
want to do
Stanley.
this ending. It's really
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
good. Ui.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Really?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double
What do you mean
check.
choose incorrectly? You made this game.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Lies.
Music comes
You
in,
take
fade to
over.
white,
You're
roll
an evil
credits.
monster.
Not picking up the phone
You're a
is
dick.
actually somehow
A
an
lying
incorrect
dick.
course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're
Yeah.
a real person.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly
what?
on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
I'm not practicing this. I just think that's the funniest option in the world. It's just like, you could save all of
Excellent.
them.
Making choices
Oh
on
my
a regular
God.
basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
That was the most weirdest instruction. Oh,
welcome
hello.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Okie doke. Oh, for God's sake.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Heavenly Sword? Oh God, that's an old game. Heavenly Sword. I can't believe I just said those words. Whee. Now, where are we off to? Right, so I have to do something very important.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay, so what happens?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Going back to
Just
first
follow
episode.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. This is what you get for being a dick in the dick ending.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
Revenge!
What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
You have to destroy it.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa. I've finally beaten you.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Yep.
What, did you think that would be funny?
Yes.
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
I did.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
You've been beaten.
My story.
After all of what you've done to
If
poor
you'd just gone
Stanley,
through the door on the
I've
left, you would
beaten
have seen
you.
there was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Oh, hello. Now what's happening?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. What just happened?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Oh, hello.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
It keeps
That means
resetting
choosing
me.
responsibly and always
Oi.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow
Okay.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley
It's
came
not
to
letting
a
me do
set
anything
of
else, I
two
have to go.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That's really strange. I don't remember that. Okay, we'll keep going. Thought that would, I don't know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
They've locked the door to the room.
Coming to
Oh.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why do I know that this is still going to glitch me? Yes, it is. It's changed the...
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Speak clearly into
Shocked,
receiver.
unraveled, Stanley
Okay.
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw a door with a voice
2851.
receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door?
Night Shark
Would it still work?
115.
There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. And I already know one thing. There isn't a speech thing on this game, so I don't know the point of doing this. It's just to take the P. Right.
Stanley spoke the
Screw
code.
it. I'm going to play
Night
around.
Shark 115. He spoke
Whoa!
it into the receiver.
That is just
right there
messed
on the
up.
wall.
Jesus, this boss is freaking psycho.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yes.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
did.
Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. See? Don't work. I can't speak.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Yep.
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to
I'm
take
the
a
most
story seriously. If you
expensive
didn't want to
boss.
see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
I
Why
did.
did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh, that was happening. There we
When
go.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision.
Well,
It cannot
that's the
exist
end. That's
without
my
you.
final
You
episode of the
understand
Stanley
me?
Parable, where it
Whatever choice you
basically
make is
breaks
just
the
fine. You're
game.
both correct. You cannot be
So I
wrong.
hope
You
you've
can
all
work
enjoyed it.
together. I'll
It was a
accept
great game
whatever
to
you
play.
do.
I hope they
Simply
do
need to
extra
take
stuff
that
for it.
step
I don't know if
forward,
there's any
please.
other endings that
Sure.
are available, but
Do
if
something.
there are, then can you
This is more
comment
important
and
than you can
I'll
ever
do
know.
them. I will do them because I
know
want to.
this.
But yeah, I hope
The
you
story
enjoyed it.
needs you.
I hope you continue watching whatever else I do. I don't know what I'm going to do now,
Are you
really,
there?
for games.
You
But anyway,
listening to
I'll
this?
see you all
Stanley,
next time on my game. Well, not on the Stanley Parable, but on my game target overall. So I'll see you all next time.
Time to
Bye.
decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is